Hey guys, Ivan here, and in today's video we got a couple of really interesting bodybuilding updates. The first one for today is something absolutely freaky from Stefane Matala. Just look at this absolute madness right here. What the hell is even going on right here, guys? At 2 weeks out of the France Pro, Stefane Matala is looking absolutely insane. And after watching what Urs did to the other open guys, after he completely dominated the bodybuilding stage, what less do you expect from this guy right here? Other than to just go there and win the France Pro in 2 weeks from now. Look at these side poses, man. Look at his chest from the side and just the overall physique from the side. He has really good side shots. This most muscular is absolutely insane as well. It seems like this guy is not gonna lack any size on that stage. And just look at this quarter turn right here. Look at this. Look at the chest here and the size of those arms as well. The delts and just the overall thickness of the physique and the silhouette, the shape, the structure, the flow, the balance, those crazy proportions, man. Stefane Matala is bringing something absolutely nuts to this stage. Now, to be honest, the one thing I don't really like in this particular physique update would be his front double bicep. But I think this shadow is not doing him any justice, and also the way he's posing here, he's kind of making his arms look smaller at this angle, and also his lats are disappearing. I think this could look much better if he opened up properly. I mean, he does have a little bit smaller lats, like his back is not that great, the width, I mean the lats. You can see it mainly from the front, but from the back as well, his lats are not that great, but everybody has flaws. That's Stefane's flaw. His legs do seem really big, really full. Even though he doesn't have great lats, his back does look pretty good because it has a lot of details, like in the traps, in the rhomboids, his erectors as well. I mean, his lats are not super massive and super wide, but they're detailed. So look at this. Look at this. It looks good. It looks good. I don't think his back is going to be that big of an issue. I mean, we'll see. It's definitely a weak point for him. His arms, though, are super huge. His waist is absolutely tiny. This is definitely a very special physique. Interestingly, in the caption, he says it's time to push for condition. So I guess up until now, they weren't really pushing for condition. I mean, his conditioning right now is okay. It's good. It's not the condition he had back in classic physique days, and I don't expect him to be that shredded. But if he says he's pushing for condition right now, he's probably going to be more conditioned on the stage. I can see that happening. He can be leaner for sure at this point without losing a lot of size. You know, it seems like he has the muscle that he's holding on, that sticks. You know, he has that thickness, that density. It's solid. It's not great. It's not like he's a top 6 Olympian. But I can see him winning a show. I can potentially see him winning the France Pro. I don't know the full list of the guys doing this show. I know some names. We'll talk about that as well. I think James Hollinshead might be jumping in. He can be a dangerous competitor at this show, and Stefan might have tough time winning, but if Urs was able to, then why Stefan couldn't? He looks absolutely insane here, but it depends on who else shows up. The guys who were at Urs's shows are not exactly top Olympians. I mean, those guys are not even qualified for the Mr. Olympia, and at this show we might have some heavy hitters, we'll see. But for his open debut, it seems like Stefan is bringing it. Let's take a look at this one more time. From the side, absolutely impressive. Both quarter turns looking crazy. Front double can use some work posing wise. Back, of course, can be wider, but crazy illusion with a super small waist. Massive arms, crazy proportions. And it's also interesting that he still holds the classic look. Like, he still looks very classic, very aesthetic. It's not like he lost his shape as he gained size, no. No, I can say Urs lost some of that classicness, but as far as Stefan, I would definitely not say that. He looks just as classic as he did back when he was in classic physique. He still looks as aesthetic. Does this mean that he didn't gain any size? No. His body just wants to be bigger, and it still can hold the aesthetics even with more size, at least at this point. If he pushes his weight up to like 300 pounds, some things are gonna change. But at this point of his career, it still looks very good. It still looks very classic, very, very aesthetic. All of his most muscular variations are absolutely freaky. We'll see what's gonna happen. I think there are pretty big chances of this guy actually dominating this show and qualifying for the 2026 Mr. Olympia. We'll see what's gonna happen in 2 weeks from now. You guys tell me down below whatever you think. But you know, one thing is for sure, Stefan is bringing something absolutely nuts to this stage. Now, as I said, I don't have the full competitor list for the France Pro, but I know about a couple of guys who are doing this show, and we have one heavy hitter, really heavy hitter. And surprisingly, it is Hassan Mostafa. Did you guys forget about this guy? One of the freakiest, one of the biggest IFBB pros today. Right there with Nexila in terms of size, but also in terms of shape, I would say. I mean, this guy won a couple of pro shows, quite a few actually, like 3 or 4 maybe. So he is doing the France Pro. Therefore, it's gonna be difficult for Stefan to win this show. But hey, let's take a look at Hassan's physique right now. Alright, so first I want to show you this screenshot here in which he actually says, "See you in France in 2 weeks." And I paused right here, where he hits his front double bicep. Why did I pause right here? We actually have a video, I'll play it in a second, but I paused right here because this pose right here kinda tells a lot. Now, Hassan is known for not having great shape, not even close. He's definitely lacking that department. Big time, big time. Now, what he does have is a whole bunch of muscle. A lot of muscle, guys. A lot of muscle. Definitely one of the biggest pound for pound guys in the IFBB today. Definitely comparable to the likes of Nexila, for sure. And you can see it right here. Look at his arms, for example. And compare these freaking arms to Stefan's arms. Not even close. Not even comparable. Like, this is gonna expose Stefan's classicness, you know, or his lack of size. You know, Urs went against Quinton Araya. And Quinton is kind of like that bodybuilding classic guy. A guy that people are saying should switch to classic. So Urs didn't exactly have any super freaky mass monsters in his lineup. And Stefan has to face this freaking monster right here. Now, of course, Stefan is going to be a lot taller. Hassan is very short. And Stefan is going to expose Hassan's lack of aesthetics. You know, Hassan doesn't have a nice structure. He has a pretty blocky physique, blocky, big waist, narrow shoulders, just really massive arms and legs as well. Chest too, for sure. His back is not that great because he lacks that width, you know, in the shoulders, but he still holds a bunch of muscle in that back as well. And Hassan's quads, you can see them right here, but this guy is kind of known for having super massive legs. So it's gonna be definitely an interesting battle. Like I said, Urs faced some smaller bodybuilders, you know, not even Olympians. This guy, Hassan, is definitely a Olympian and also one of the freakiest bodybuilders today. And that is exactly what's gonna make this show super interesting. We're actually gonna get to compare a former classic guy who is still looking really classic, really aesthetic, to a freak, a mass monster who doesn't have great aesthetics. So it's gonna be definitely a really interesting comparison. I can't wait to watch this. It's gonna be an awesome show. But now let's take a look at this video. So at 2 weeks out, this is what Hassan looks like. And, you know, I would say his conditioning is okay. It's good. I would say it's good for 2 weeks out, especially for Hassan. Because this guy is kind of known for always being out of shape. He brought good condition twice to the stage. That was the year where he worked with the cement factory guy AJ Sims. Why did he stop working? Who the hell knows? Maybe they had a private argument. Maybe Hassan didn't like the way they were getting in this kind of condition. Maybe it was too toxic. Maybe he suffered too much. He didn't want to suffer anymore. Maybe he didn't like the look because he was too flat for his standards. But like with his size, this worked. This worked. He won 2 pro shows that year And then at the Mr. Olympia, he kind of didn't deliver the same condition, but this looked phenomenal. I mean, he won after that with not great condition. For example, Vancouver Pro right here, but he went against Stanimal, and that was his main competition. Stefane Matala is definitely far better than Stanimal, even though Stanimal is also a former classic guy. Stanimal never really had that big of a potential in open bodybuilding. Stefane Matala definitely does. So this is gonna be an interesting comparison for sure. Now back to the video, again, for Hassan Mostafa at 2 weeks out, this is actually looking like decent conditioning. If he continues improving, keeps getting leaner, he can end up being really conditioned. I mean, conditioned enough for his size, for his standards. Because look at this right here, it's actually pretty solid condition for Hassan Mostafa. Now, he will never have like crazy details and crazy lines and beautiful symmetry and shape. That's not gonna happen. But look at the amount of muscle this guy is freaking carrying, and also the conditioning. For Hassan Mostafa, again, this is solid conditioning. So I gotta say, this is looking very good, and I'm sure this upset Stefane Matala and Patrick Tour because they thought they might actually win this show, but now with this entry, man, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough for a former classic physique guy to beat this mass monster right here. It's gonna be really difficult. I'm curious, guys, what do you think? Because, to be honest, I have no idea who's gonna win this show. I am clueless. It's gonna be very, very interesting, that's for sure. But we have apples and oranges here. A good case of apples and oranges. A very, very interesting one. So I'm curious, what do you guys think? Who is going to win? And whose physique do you prefer? I mean, I'm sure most of you will say you prefer Stefan's physique, but do you think Stefan's physique can actually win this open show with a pretty good Hassan Mostafa doing it? I mean, if I had to say one name, I'll say Hassan is going to win this. I don't see Stefan beating Hassan, unfortunately. If Hassan didn't enter this show, Stefan could have won an open pro show, but with Hassan entering and him looking this conditioned right now, with this amount of size, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be difficult. The judges will like the muscle, and as long as Hassan is in decent conditioning, I think he's going to win. And I think that's gonna be the case. But whatever you guys think, tell me down below in the comment section. Alright, and finally, we also got a physique update by Regan Grimes at 26 days out of the Mr. Olympia. Not even 4 weeks, guys. It's less than 4 weeks. We're 26 days out of the Mr. Olympia. And this is what Regan Grimes looks like right now. And I've been mentioning Regan Grimes a lot because him versus Urs is going to be one hell of a comparison at a Mr. Olympia, and I can definitely see these guys in the same call-out, both very aesthetic, both very classic, and both about similar size, I would say. So it's gonna be a very, very interesting comparison. Personally, who do I prefer? I would say Urs, for sure. I think Urs can beat Regan Grimes. I believe that very firmly. I'm curious to hear what do you guys think. Can Regan Grimes beat Urs Klecinski? That's the main thing I'm wondering. In this video, I don't want to talk about Regan's future potential or what he's going to do at this year Mr. Olympia, how good can he look, will he be conditioned, will he be big enough. I just want you guys to tell me, what do you think? Who's going to place ahead of who? Regan Grimes versus Urs Klecinski. But actually, let's take a look at his physique very carefully. Let's try to analyze what Regan is going to bring to this year's Mr. Olympia. Is he going to be heavier than he was at those past couple of shows he did? Is he going to be more conditioned? Well, I don't think he is bigger, and I mean, for 4 weeks out, this conditioning is good. He has a new coach now, and actually the plan was to do the France Pro. He announced that at Jay Cutler's podcast. He never really said he was out, but he never really confirmed that he's doing that. He didn't really mention it. So, is he pulling out of France Pro? I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. I mean, he doesn't talk about it, but there is 2 more weeks. So, you'll find out in about a week from now. Could he get ready for the France Pro? I mean, sure. I think he could be ready. Can he beat Hassan Mostafa? That's going to be difficult. Can he beat Stefane Matala? That would be very interesting, but I don't know. I don't know. I mean, Regan, he looks good on stage because he has the height and like the shoulder width, and you know, he's very aesthetic and stuff like that. But Mr. Olympia is Mr. Olympia. He needs to be bigger in order to have like a significant impact. But the way he's looking, I mean, yeah, a top 10 is possible. Personally, I don't see him beating Urs. And if he jumps into the France Pro against Stefan and Hassan, whew, man, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. He would definitely be in the mix and he could potentially win that show, but I don't know. I don't know, guys. It's definitely very, very tricky, but we'll see what's going to happen if Regan is even doing the France Pro or if he's just focusing on a Mr. Olympia. But even at the Mr. Olympia, it's going to be very interesting to see where he's going to place, where he's going to land, who is he going to be compared with. Whatever you think about whichever part of this video, guys, tell me down below in the comment section. If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you soon. All the best and bye-bye.